And my speech today is on happiness is a skill and not a circumstance. Happiness is that thing that we all want, but a lot of us can't seem to find. And maybe that's the issue, is that happiness can't be found. It has to be created. We have to build happiness. So how do we change that mindset and get to a place where we can feel that happiness that lasts? So I'm a part of a theater troupe, Take Note Troupe, and their motto is actually the title of my speech, Happiness is a Skill, Not a Circumstance. And something that we use is play theory. And play theory is it's a group of 4 principles, 4 tools that can be used to enrich your life and help us all develop skills that help us to be happier people, to deal with challenging situations, and they're super great tools for happiness that I think everyone should know. So these 4 principles are 1, be present, 2, let go and play, 3, say yes and 4, look outward. So be present, focusing on the now, observing and being aware of what's happening around you. This is really important for a fulfilling and enriching and complete life. Being present in the now alleviates the fear of the future and the regrets of the past. This is super important. Yes, hard things happen in the past. Yes, there are things that we don't know about in the future that we may be stressed and worrying about. But worrying about either of those 2 things, yesterday or tomorrow, doesn't help. What will help is focusing on now, today, what can I do to enrich my life? Let go and play. I really love this one. It's all about letting the inner child out. It's okay to have fun. It's okay to play around. There's this quote that I really love by George Bernard Shaw. He says, "We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing." The moment we let the fun and the happy and the optimistic and the playful leave, we don't have as fulfilling of a life. A big part of this is shedding the ego. Let go and play is hard, especially for adults. You see little kids playing make-believe all the time. But adults find it really embarrassing to do those kinds of things. And why is that? It's because they're worried about what people will think of them. Goals for the future that they've always wanted to do, but they don't because they're afraid it'll fail, and if it fails, people will think badly of them. The website, playtheory.org, says Play lowers the stakes, which encourages risk-taking and allows for failure when attempting new skills. Mistakes become opportunities to learn when viewed with humility and an open mind. When we accept that errors are inevitable, we are more forgiving of ourselves and others. Laughter is potent medicine. So I really like this theme of making mistakes is okay. In theater, rehearsal is made for mistakes. Yes, we only have one life, but we have to use most of our life for rehearsing what we actually want to be. And mistakes are part of that. We have to be willing to let go of the fear of failure and just risk it, because you're not going to ever succeed if you don't fail a few times. Say yes and. I really love this quote. It says, "As I say yes to life, life says yes to me." And this is super true. If we are always saying no and downing everything that we see, we're probably not going to be very happy people. We're not going to see the positive. We're always looking in the negative because we're always giving out negative. Say yes and is all about building upon other people's offers. It's all about agreeing and validating and being enthusiastic. The website about this one says, rather than blocking ideas and consequently opportunities, find the part of every offer that can be agreed with and say yes, then add to it. Saying yes and builds trust and encourages collaboration in relationships and is paramount to creativity. This quote is really good. It says, "A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty." That's Winston Churchill. And this is so true and very applicable to life. Okay, our last principle is look outward. I love this quote too. It says, "Happiness doesn't come when we are constantly looking to be accepted." Again, that's the victim speaking, right? It comes when we reach out and are accepting of others. We are more likely to receive positive and happy in our lives if we're putting positive and happy out. Looking outward is all about validating. It's all about making others look good. Because in that process, not only will they be happy, but you will be happy too. And if you're focusing on them and their happiness and what you can do to help them, you'll get the same. You'll be fulfilled because you're doing something that's helpful and good. Looking outward is also about asking what's needed. If we are not being present and observing what around me needs to get done, what around me is happening, what are the people around me feeling and experiencing, we're not going to be we're not going to be able to maximize those opportunities that we're presented with to do something good. Recognizing and meeting others' needs cultivates confidence and a sense of purpose, an essential component of joy. But it says those who bring sunshine into the lives of others cannot keep it from themselves. Like I was talking about, what you put out, you get back. And if we're just waiting for everyone else to act happy and positivity upon us, we're probably not going to be fulfilled because we aren't actively doing anything about it. And we can't always trust others to fulfill our lives. Yes, other people do fulfill our lives. Maybe there's an act of service, but the best way to feel fulfillment and joy and happiness is to actually do something yourself.
Play theory.
I was thinking about it, and this is my analogy. Happiness is kind of like watching a flower grow. If you have a flower and you're staring at it the whole time that it's there, it's gonna die because you're spending all of your 24/7 time staring at the flower instead of nourishing it, right? The flower needs water, it needs soil, it needs sunshine, and if we're staring at it the whole time, those needs won't be met. Happiness is the same way. We can't watch happiness and expect it to be full grown and strong and healthy and beautiful. If you're focusing on happiness itself, it's probably not getting the nutrients it needs, because you can't get happiness by focusing just purely on happiness. It's by indirectly focusing on other things like service and things like that to help you be happy. Gratitude is a really big part of happiness and what these right now people do. They found that what's more effective is recognizing those moments in which you feel gratitude and allowing them to sink in. So let's say my sister made me breakfast, right? And that doesn't usually happen. So I would feel grateful for that, right? I'm sure most of us would. But instead of just going on and letting that thought stick for just a little while, allowing ourselves to take a pause, let it sink in, because they found that the longer you dwell on those things, the more of an impact it has on your emotional and mental well-being. So gratitude is super important. This is probably the most important thing in my opinion, is happiness needs a purpose. You need to have purpose to your life to be able to feel fulfilled and happy. So you have to pursue talent, creativity, and fulfillment. And those things are achieved by creating and finding a purpose for yourself. We only have one life here on Earth, and we gotta use it well. These are effective and important things, and I felt them in my life, and I know that I've definitely heard them affect other people in their lives. So, thank you.